Okay, episode 10.
Oh, episode 10. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing today. Shit, I forgot.
Episode 10 is Shimmer Lake.
That's a
Oh, we got production
clean,
value.
That's a clean intro now.
Whatever.
Episode 10, welcome. This is the Kuhlman and Corey podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Shimmer Lake.
Which one are you? Are you Kuhlman or?
I'm Kuhlman.
You're Kuhlman,
Yeah.
and I'm Corey.
Yeah.
We'll let the viewers figure that out.
You guess.
You guess.
Call
You
in, let us
decide.
know who. Take a poll. Who is better?
Who's better? Blind test.
Who's a better Michael?
Tweet in.
We got to get those started. God
Yeah.
damn it.
It's so funny because I'm going to be looking back on this video fondly one day going, oh, that was back when I was fat.
I hope you get to look back and say, I hope you get to look back and be like, man, I was really fat back then. And it's not just like, oh, that was the beginning of when I got really fat.
Oh, man, I used to look good back then.
This is the highlight.
Whoa, look how good looking I
Whoa,
was.
man, I missed my mid-20s. Woo. Look how skinny I was. You can still see my cheekbones. I only had 2 chins. Now I got 3.
We watched a good movie. A hidden gem.
A diamond in the rough.
A diamond on Netflix.
There's a lot.
Which
of
is
those,
a lot
I'd
of
say.
rough. Like,
I was gonna say there's a lot of diamonds on Netflix.
Netflix has been killing it with the TV shows lately. The Netflix originals.
Oh, the TV shows, yeah. Some
But-
of their movies are okay too.
Are you talking
For
original?
entertainment value, not necessarily for the movie aficionado. Sorry, what was your question? What did you say?
The original Netflix movies are those getting better quality
100%.
because the movies that they are allowed to show have gone down in quality. There was kind of like Netflix was the place to get any movie that was like just a general like Hollywood production movie, like in 2012 or 13, and then they went down because they stopped getting the rights to get all those good movies. Like a movie that would come out on DVD, sometimes it would show up on Netflix, and then it went away for a while. And so Netflix has had to come in and make their own original movies and original TV shows because we got Disney Plus, we got all these other networks.
The competition's lighting a fire under the ass.
And so Netflix had this mid to long-term game plan of we got to make original, like this has got to be like HBO. And
What's crazy
they're
is
killing
that
it.
Netflix started out as like DVD rental.
Yeah.
This is just a Redbox company.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, hey, we made like the 3rd most money for like 4 years straight.
Oh, I mean like just in companies?
Yeah,
They're
yeah, just
top
like
5?
Yeah, top 5 in companies for like 4 or 5 years straight, and now we're just pumping out AAA movies a couple times a year.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
insane.
like it's crazy to get like Martin Scorsese doing The Irishman
Yeah.
on Netflix only. So there was no DVD,
Yeah,
there was
there's
no
theatrical
theater.
release. Nope.
There was a small theatrical release that I
Okay.
actually went to go see, but that was special because it was on Netflix.
Was
Like,
that the Enzian? Gotcha.
Yep. Enzian is a
Is
great
the Adam
place.
Sandler movie coming to Netflix?
Yeah, actually, I saw that at the Enzian, Uncut Gems.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's coming on Netflix. I think it's
Okay.
going to be like normal DVD distribution.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, how many DVDs have you bought in the last?
I haven't bought a DVD in 10 years.
I think the last one I bought, I was in college.
Yeah. That's what I mean, 10 years.
Yeah. You don't need to buy, like, that's just shit you don't need in your house.
Well, you also have, like, semi-legal ways to acquire movies now, so you,
Oh, I've heard about this. The kids are doing it.
Yeah. I need someone to show me. Tweet in. Send me a link for downloading. Oh, I mean, I wouldn't download a car, so I wouldn't
You
download
wouldn't
a
download a
movie,
card.
of course.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to download a car. I heard people are doing it now. That's like the meme.
Downloading a car?
Yeah. It's like you could do it now. That's a big joke.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, but how do you, like, what are the mechanics of downloading a car? Nobody's ever explained this to me.
It's probably, like, something to do with 3D printing.
Yeah, you'd think. Like, are people actually, like, sticking a cartridge in and then, like, printing off a car? But then it's not a functional car.
It might be.
One day.
One day.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to have, like,
It's going to be exactly like HBO's
Westworld.
Westworld.
Where they're
they
printing
just take,
humans?
They just take a whole big thing and it's just one big white cloud of stuff as it's formed, and it goes through like a facility. What is it called? A production factory. It goes through a factory.
Listen, I can't help you talk. You gotta talk.
It just forms like nanites. Just
What are
it's
nanites?
done. Nanobots.
Nanobots? I read somewhere on this like the most interesting. The internet used to be like a good place to get information, and now it's just memes.
No. Take that back now.
And
Take it back.
and journalists writing clickbait articles.
That is a unfortunate byproduct of
But
the digitalization of news media.
a really cool thing, I used to go on Stumble Upon, which was like Reddit before Reddit, but it was tailored and catered. And this was like 2010. And you go on Stumble Upon, you click all your interests, and it takes you to different cool websites. It didn't just all aggregate it to one source, which is like Reddit or, I guess BuzzFeed kind of does that. And so it would take you straight to the source. And so I went to this one thing, it was an infographic of all these scientists that got together, of futurology, and they had predicted of what's going to happen in like the next decade of the kind of, like, we're going to be connected in instant voice messaging, or is it voice chat? What's it called? FaceTime. Like, they predicted that within 10 years we'd have FaceTime on every and it's like, that totally was a thing within 7 years.
You got it right.
Yeah, check.
And
then they predicted, the cool thing they predicted is once we can make computer chips microscopic, like the size of maybe atoms or something, and like that way we can manufacture like extremely, like, surfaces that are with no friction. And so if you can make, like, tiny little robots that make other surfaces that have no friction, you can create like a vacuum tunnel underneath the Atlantic Ocean in a frictionless surface and put people on a train and get them from New York to London in 3 hours or less, like 1 hour, as opposed to, because that train can go, I mean, you're in a vacuum tube and just propel it by magnets or something, and that could be 100 years from now.
sounds like Elon.
Yeah,
He
Elon's
wants to do
doing that shit.
underground tunnels in LA.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Did you hear his podcast on Joe Rogan?
The one where he smoked weed?
Yeah.
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 That was funny.
That was a good one.
I knew as soon as Joe, segue here. As soon as Joe lit that thing up and I heard him like, and Elon was like, "What is that? Is that a cigar?" It's like, "No, it's weed and tobacco. You want some?" And as soon as he asked that question, I was like, "Ooh, here we go. I know he's gonna do it." And he's like, "I guess." And then he gets a text from his friends, "Why are you smoking weed?" I thought that was hilarious.
Dude, that the pushback on that.
I didn't realize it was live either.
Yeah, all of it was live,
Yeah.
and that was like a funny moment. People, I see like art pieces that people are painting, like these really intricate art pieces. I'm just him smoking a blunt. It's just that was fun, dude.
Is there video footage of it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, there's 3 hour long YouTube
Okay.
on Joe Rogan's,
Oh yeah, I forget
podcast.
that he does the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hear him.
which is what we're doing now.
Why do you keep looking at the camera?
'Cause
dude?
we're
Don't
literally
look
doing
at
it.
It's just recording us.
I have it running 24/7 in my room anyway, so
Whoa.
Whoa.
What are you, cam boy?
yeah.
You cam?
Yeah, I make a few dollars on this on the side.
Is
Dude.
that how you funded? Oh, well, I guess you gotta have a quality.
That's what
camera.
paid for this bad boy.
Yeah. Showing up your tits.
Woo! That's not legal. You can't do that. Or maybe that's on Twitch. No, stop.
That's on Twitch. You can't
Corey
show your
Gone
nipples?
Wild.
You can't show your
Dude,
nipples?
you can't show male nipples on Twitch.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, female only. Not
Nice.
really.
You almost got it. What?
What?
That's Tumblr. Or what's the competition called now?
TikTok.
No,
No?
streaming.
Oh, Mixer.
Mixer.
I was just thinking of big
Video.
social media
Oh.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of lump those all together, I feel like.
Yeah, they're all just a strategy for business people to grab your attention.
Bold claim 2020
That's not bold claim,
from
it's exactly what it is.
Kuhlman. From Mr. Kuhlman.
Yeah. But we're going to utilize it because...
Anyway, back on topic, because we seem to not be able to do that very well. Shimmer Lake.
Shimmer Lake.
You want to start off with, I don't know. We still don't have a fucking structure for this, so we're just going to fucking dive
Dude,
in. Do you want to
if
do a
you-
rating?
Yeah, we can start with ratings. I'll just do like a little intro. I mean, I think everyone should go watch this because it's not a movie that was talked about, and it's not in any lists or anything. And it's not even like the best movie of all time, but it's just really good. And so I think on this channel we just want to do really good movies, and sometimes we want to do the obvious ones, and sometimes we want to do ones that people aren't talking about but that are really good. And if you like movies at all, you should go see it.
Exactly.
This is one of those.
I feel like this is a movie that the average person could approach, see it on Netflix. Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Everyone's got Netflix too. Yeah.
And you'll still be entertained by it, but it's not something that's like super deep or something super niche.
Yeah.
Like, it's not scary, it's not horror, it's not a mystery. It's just a story, and it's told very well.
Yeah.
I think I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 or something.
Okay.
So it's still really good on my scale.
Okay. I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
And then the second time I watched it, I liked it even more. I'm not sure if it would bump
4.5
up.
out of 5.
I don't like to do that.
You don't like to do decimals, boys.
Yeah, because it's like stupid. It's like,
so when you go to the store and you pay with cash, do you just say no change?
yeah, you know, there's precedent for that. I wouldn't split the penny.
Yeah, because you can't split the penny.
Yeah.
But
So you can't split the rating system.
You can do whatever you want.
The rating
the
system
rating
is you get 1
system.
penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, 4 pennies, 5 pennies. You
Mhm.
can't get 4.5 pennies.
It's not how that works, buddy. You're getting $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, and then you can.
If it was dollars, then I would do it on a scale from 1 to 100.
No, that would be $100.
Or 1 to 500. If I did a scale on 1 to 500, and I want to do 456 pennies, that would be equivalent to $5. My argument is you either get 1 penny.
456 pennies would be equivalent to $4.56.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't work that way.
Ah.
We work on exact,
You work on estimates.
not estimates.
Sound like an
We do some
estimate.
fudging. We have to push you one way or the other. You don't get 4.5. You get 4. You get 5.
Nice.
But also, I break my own system by
Giving a 6?
Sixes.
Yeah, nice. Nice, dude.
Like, there was one movie I can't remember that you showed me. Might have been really late at night. I might have been really tired or something.
Or really
Just tired.
tired.
Just tired. And it was like a Ex Machina type of movie. And it was some, like, you were like, this came out the same time as Ex Machina, and it was the same android, like some robot lady was fighting her way out and just had cool scenes. It wasn't Sun, but it was around the time we watched Sun.
Sun.
Remember that one?
That's not sun. Sunlight.
Sunlight. That one. Maybe it was Sunlight, but
A lead like Android type thing. You're not talking about Eon Flux or not Eon Flux. Ghost in the Shell.
no,
No.
not Ghost in the Shell. But it was like that.
And it's a girl,
Yeah.
female protagonist.
Yeah. One day I'll rewatch it. But anyway, that movie like struck me. I was like, this is like a 6 out of 5. It just hit everything. It was like, great movie.
Break that movie down.
I don't even remember it.
Oh,
too
you
tired.
can't even give me enough info.
Yeah, I know.
But you still
I
give it a
just
6
teased
out
it.
of 5. Oh, you're such a tease.
Okay,
I need a refill on vodka. Can you?
I can go brew up another pot of coffee for you.
Oh, that's what that was. I just felt.
Yeah. Although it seems like you put so much stuff in this coffee that it's like, it doesn't look like coffee. That's not how coffee looks. That's creamer.
Yeah, it's creamer with coffee.
I want coffee with a splash of cream.
Oh.
Fucking idiot.
You don't want this coffee anymore? Fine. I really
Don't
want to
shout. Look at the.
Yeah, look, dude.
Usually I'm the one you have the shouting.
Yikes.
Oh, don't do that either. Shimmer Lake.
No, I want to remember the movie you were talking about.
I won't remember it.
I
won't remember
You don't remember anything about it?
Honestly,
Besides
no. I'm
a
not even
female
sure why I brought it up.
You remember giving it a 6 out of 5, but you don't remember.
Okay, that's a bad example. Like, I'm trying to think of movies that I saw. A 6 out of 5 is like, this is such a good movie, but it has to, like, almost do a special place where it's not just a 5 out of 5. It's like, this is a 5 out of 5, and personally, me, I loved it.
I see.
Because I can give you a 5 out of 5 and not like the movie. Get Out, you know that movie? That's a good movie. It gets a 4 out of 5. I didn't like it. Because, I mean, I recognize it was good. It hits it as an objective observer, but as me, Mike, I don't think it's good. I thought it was very like divisive. Like I think every white character was like an idiot in that movie, and I don't think that's good to portray white people or black people or anybody as idiots. I don't think that helps America come together. I think you have to view race like a hair color, where who cares if you're blonde, brunette?
Right.
I mean, we have to get to society that doesn't care. But yet,
I'd be curious to listen to analyzations of that movie. Like,
I know there's an argument against it, and I'd be
not an argument against it, but the quote white characters portrayed as idiots was done on purpose.
No, it was.
That's what I mean. So
I didn't like the
take
intent of that.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I don't like that for anything.
You don't like it when white people are portrayed as dumb?
Yeah, but I don't care that they're white.
Are white people oppressed in this country?
White people are not oppressed in this
I like
country.
that
Yeah,
smile.
but that's
I like that.
that's
You
exactly.
sour, I'm-
Yeah, that's. I just think Trump needs to like.
I'm trying to get you.
You're trying to get me.
Trying to
dude.
get this channel
Yeah.
banned.
Yeah. We get banned easy.
Oh yeah.
Let's not. Let's keep this thing going.
I'll do my best
Good.
to not get banned.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't lift your shirt up again. No, ain't nobody want to see that. Dude, they definitely want to see it if I do it.
Yeah, do it, dude. Let me see.
Don't touch me.
All right, you go ahead and talk. I'm gonna look up this movie.
Oh man! All right, this is episode 10 where we just talk about a movie that I forgot and we spend an hour thinking about it. I don't know.
That's okay. We'll think about it after.
Yeah.
Just remind me. Cause I am definitely curious. Like, if you're gonna.
Yeah, you're right.
And I remember
No,
like
you're right.
watching movies around that time. Like, I was breezing through movies. I was going back to movies from probably 2002, 2004, 2005, and just like hitting the major milestones, catching up on ones that were good reviews. 10 years later, that people oh, this was a good one, but at the time it wasn't received well. So I just went back and I just watched a load of movies, and this is over the last 3-4 years. So
You gave me the good idea just to look up like all the not Golden Globe, but all the nominations for Academy Awards.
yeah,
And just watch like the top 10 movies.
Right. See what the critics are raving about, I guess, and go experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
Is this a good movie that I appreciate? And then you kind of get insight into what that kind of committee thinks is a top tier movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of top tier movies, Shimmer Lake.
Shimmer Lake. No, Shimmer Lake is just a solid movie.
Yeah.
Not great. If you got people over and you're not sure what to watch and Netflix is on, put this movie on. It's good.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mystery.
I'd say if people are over. I'd
Mys-
say if
mystery's not popular.
you're having people over to watch a movie, this movie is great. But if you're just having people over and you want to throw on a movie, this is a movie that you kind of want to pay attention to.
Sure.
Because you don't want to miss certain things, since you'll get to the reveal, and you may not pick up on enough, or it may not have as much like gravity because you missed certain scenes of like interactions.
You want to
and
pay
stuff like that.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we just assume people watching movies are always paying attention? Like, sometimes I
You
feel like
should. If you're clicking on us, like,
Yeah,
if
I
you're
guess.
sitting down to watch a movie, watch
safe
the
to
movie.
assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
Don't
a lot of
forget it
people-
later, like years from now, and try to talk about it. Like, actually remember all the stuff.
Because a lot of people, the way they watch movies, it's kind of like, turn on the movie, I'm gonna go do something else, or I'm gonna make some popcorn and don't press pause, or I'm gonna go to the bathroom, not worry about it, or I'm on my phone, I'm not even watching for 10 minutes. So I feel like
Maybe that's like the average. Like, if you include like moms who pick their kids up from work
we
or
just
from
turn
school.
on a movie.
Yeah, like if you're including like, I don't think that's who we're including. Who we're talking to is
the neckbeards that are out there grinding through movies.
you better
trying to
not
talk-
have a girlfriend. You better not have a life if you watch us. You better just be all about the movies. That's it.
No, we want the normies too. That's
Want
how
the
we get
normies?
views, dude.
Oh yeah, so we got to do some normie movies.
Yeah.
Marvel's
That's why we did
Avenger.
Star Wars, right?
That's
It's
true, a little
normie
bit.
Movie.
Yeah. No part of art.
Enormous movie.
It was an enormous movie. No part of us deciding what to watch is based on.
Who our audience?
Yeah,
we're
we're
just like, let's pick a movie. We're gonna talk about it. Deal with it.
No, we just stuff that we like that is worth talking about later. And
Right.
we do plan on like, hey, we want to watch this movie and then we'll talk about it. Sure, we do plan that.
Oh, of course, we have to. You're so busy. I'm so busy. There's so much going on in our lives to balance work, life, podcast. I won't say the other things that I deal with, but
Yeah.
yeah,
What else do you deal with?
I can't say on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fucking mysterious.
dude, your hair looks great, by the way.
Thanks, dude. He's making fun of me because I did it before the podcast. Like I'm chilling at home all day.
Obviously, this is our first episode, but these guys watching us, that's my goal already. As soon as you told
Just
me
never
that there's
acknowledge?
that we're gonna video record, I'm just like, never look at the camera.
Yeah.
See how many episodes I can without going. It's my little game with the audience.
That's fine. They won't feel that warm
They'll call in and be
connection.
like, "Can you just look at me, please?" I'll be, "Nope,
No.
no, I'm not."
Senpai's not gonna notice you, dude.
Just look at me. Just look at me in my eyes. I just want to see your eye color.
I do think, wouldn't it be cool to like create like a persona online that you just have, I guess not like a Twitter egg avatar, but just that nobody knows your face.
I'd be
and, like,
Dr. Misrepresent. I was trying to think of something that rhymes with disrespect.
you have
but...
a super fetish for DrDisRespect.
a super fetish.
You
Not
love that guy.
Even.
You want his babies.
I love his character, but him as a person is kind of toxic sometimes.
Really? I don't know about this.
Well, you know.
Does everyone know who DrDisRespect? Google it.
Yeah.
All right, next, go.
He's a Twitch streamer 2 years in a row. Twitch streamer of the
year.
Yeah, streamer of the year.
He's the best Twitch streamer
Back
there
to
ever is.
back. 2018, 2019 video game online community numero uno. Yeah, maybe I do have a fetish.
Yeah, you love that guy.
Nah.
I love that guy too.
I love his
but-
character.
yeah.
I spent too much time to quantify watching his streams like in the afternoons while he's playing a certain game, and I just love his like energy. Get up, walk away from the
hilarious.
computer, go do some dancing to his like green screen room. It's amazing, dude. Or when he sings. Oh, what does he do? Raul! It's great. It's great. It's like well timed. He's comedic enough about it. Reading his donations. Anyway, I wanna.
Wait, one second. You did say he was toxic. So how's his real life?
So his like real person kind of like bleeds through sometimes. Obviously, you can't. It's very tough.
He could be a dick?
Yeah, not a dick, but he's he has very like hardline views, and obviously he has to say this on mic. So he's obviously doing the same thing we have to do, where you want to fill the airspace. You don't want there to be kind of like the silence. So he's just like throwing stuff out, and he doesn't really think about the impact that he might have, and I take the approach, obviously, and you remind me of this all the time, is that I'm kind of like a passive, like, I want everyone to feel good. And so that kind of vibe with me kind of just like rubs me the wrong way sometimes, just like how he does that. So,
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that
yeah.
about him. I mean, it makes sense, though, everything you're saying.
I like his highlights, but his
Yeah.
lowlights are cringy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you put a mic on anyone for that amount of time, you're going to...
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's been
Yeah.
streaming for like 7 years. 6 years? 3 years before 2018, so yeah, almost 5 years. Almost 6. Anyway,
Yeah, best of luck to him.
hit those bullet points, boy. Bam,
Well,
bam, bam, bam.
Wait, do you want to,
No.
like, describe the movie? Like,
Do I want to describe the movie?
Yeah.
No. I just want to hear you talk, baby.
What? I mean, shouldn't we,
Discuss anything?
yeah,
We've
like,
been discussing things for...
no, but what the
It's
movie
only been
is?
24
Give it the short, it's a murder mystery in a small town that's told
Synopsis?
backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it's
In
takes
a
place
sentence?
in five days, Monday through Friday, but you start with Friday and you play out the whole day. And even within the day, they show a character waking up, and then they show the start of the day, and then the day goes till the end, and at the end, they show the next day from the beginning all the way through. They tell Friday's story, Thursday's story, all the way up. And then so the finale of
Well,
the
it'd
movie...
be really hard for the audience to follow a movie told backwards, because everyone would be walking backwards and, spitting out food onto a spoon and water going back into the faucet and cars driving backwards. That'd be really tough.
That'd be really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You wouldn't, and the story wouldn't be very good. You wouldn't know what's going on because you...
The story would not be very good. I agree with you.
So it's a good thing they started
It's a good thing
at the
they-
beginning of the day and they went to the...
Yeah, that is a
towards
good...
the night.
Yeah, that is what happened.
How distracting am I for you right now? Call in, folks. Corey, shut the fuck up and let Michael talk. All right. Continue. Synopses, part 2.
No, that's basically it. It kind of reminded me of like, I definitely like mixing high elements with stuff that I bet you do, Michael. Elements of high literature with stuff that doesn't really belong there. So, like, this is just a movie, right? You wouldn't think to tie it to Shakespeare and 5-act structure, but guess what? This kind of does. It has a little intro, it has a little epilogue, and then it has a 5-act structure, which is each day of this bank heist. And the heist happens on Wednesday.
And
so,
this is a Shakespeare concept?
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
I've read Shakespeare.
And you just recognize
You did
it?
too, bitch, in high school. We did the same high school.
I looked at the words, I read the words, I don't retain any of that bullshit. So
you're what's wrong with America. So let's no, I'm just kidding.
Explain it like I'm 5.
Okay, so there's 5 acts in a Shakespearean play.
In every Shakespearean play? Like, is that
all the
just
major
like
ones, yeah. Hamlet, Julius Caesar,
okay.
Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, and then the one I just actually saw a play of, Macbeth.
Okay.
All those.
I recognize those names, but, you know...
I really hope I'm not wrong that it's actually a 4-act structure, but I believe it's 5. I'm...
Google! Siri!
Let's confirm. I don't want to be wrong on this.
Yeah, if you're wrong, then you're feeding lies to our audience, and that's definitely going to get our channel banned.
That's problematic.
What did we Google here? Shakespeare. How do you spell Shakespeare? Shakespeare.
5 acts. Yeah, the 5-act structure.
Act structure. 5-act structure. You're absolutely right, Michael.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Right on point.
And so there's, I mean... There we go. Surely that's intentional. Yeah. Move the mic. So,
Notice me.
5 acts, 5 days, and it did kind of feel like a play because you introduce the characters, you get some backstory on them. There's some dialogue about that connects 2 characters together and how much they know each other, and we don't know anything at the so it starts off very confusing because we don't know anything about anyone, and we're trying to figure out the family dynamics. We're trying to figure out what happened. This looks to be after a bank heist has occurred, and who is involved, who actually did it. And then as we find that out, we realize that that isn't even the bigger plot. The bigger plot is how did it lead up to it, and what were the events that happened in the past, and what's going to happen to certain characters moving forward in the future. And it was a tragedy. If we're going on the play metaphors, like, it wasn't a comedy. Comedies end in good spirits and everyone's happy.
Right.
This what ended, and it was kind of tragic because every character had a it focused on the flaws of each of our characters, not on the positive traits of them or them doing something good.
Of their characters. Flaws of their characters, or do you automatically just assume that about yourself is like, that's a flaw that I could have, luckily I don't, or, you know, make that? Are you always like thinking like that while you're watching this movie? Is like,
yeah, I think movies and plays, for sure, plays really up a certain character who shows up on a play, a character in a
play
Broadway act,
okay,
right, is going to from the first line of dialogue and throughout all of them until they die or get their end justification, is going to tell the audience how they're feeling and how they view the world. And sometimes their actions have negative consequences on people around them or the story and the structure. Every person in this play had a negative, their flaws, they were just shitty people. Like, it's kind of like Fargo.
except the sheriff, right?
Arguably still the sheriff, because he had a disgust syndrome on everybody. He was very hyper judgmental. He was very upset and kind of that quiet, reserved anger that the young man who joins police force, and he originally wants to do it for the good, and then he gets so disgusted by people around him and the corruption that he takes the law into his own hands, which is not what a cop should do. That's kind of a corrupt cop, but you think you're doing it for the right reasons. Just dropping that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was a flaw. I'd say that was a
You wouldn't say that's a flaw?
unethical plan.
Yeah.
And that you carried out.
I'm saying flaw in the
Obviously, he killed someone, so maybe that's a flaw enough. If you already premeditate a murder, they had the plan from the beginning. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Flaw is
I
like
just think
a
of
literary
him as, because he's the main character, and I see him go through the movie, and he's doing nice things for people. He's joking around with his partner. He's taking care of his niece and his.
So you think the cop
sister-in-law.
was the main character? In the end, he got his way.
Right. I think the cop was the main character.
I thought
Dwight was the main character.
I thought Dwight Schrute was the main character at first. Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson. I thought he... Because from the first day we follow him, and the second day... I don't remember who we follow on the second day. But he is... Well, the thing is, the movie opens up on Friday, so we follow him, and then he gets shot at the end. And so that's kind of like... We thought that's the climax of the film is being shown at the beginning of the film, which is our main character, who seems like a family man, was robbing a bank, got the money, and gets betrayed and shot. And so we're like, oh, now we're going to figure out the story of how our character got into that predicament and who's at fault.
Right.
And as it turns out, the movie switches on us that it was his brother-in-law, right? The cop.
Yeah.
Who went off with the girl and shot Rainn Wilson and took the money and left.
Oh, yeah, because he has blood all over him. I remember now. It's all coming back to me. Glad we're talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're talking about it. It's funny because I've seen this movie. I saw this movie.
You saw this movie 3 times.
A year ago. Probably a year ago, when it was like soon after it was coming out, and then it just fell under the rest of the stuff that was out at that time. And then I probably watched it again 6 months ago, and I just didn't remember watching it. I wouldn't say it was a forgettable movie, but the sequence of
It didn't
events
hook you in?
The sequence of events that happened, it wasn't that it didn't make sense. You know, you see the end, you're like, oh, okay, I get it, and then I just kind of moved on. So it wasn't something that it didn't hook me. Like,
See, it
I wasn't
hooked
a
me
fish.
from the first. I was actually sitting here. I was like playing a game or something on my right screen, and on my left screen I just clicked on it because I was, whatever. And within the first 5 minutes, I had to pause what I was doing, and like I might have been drawing or sketching or something, and I put it down, and I just like, I'm just gonna focus on the movie because it got me like pulled in. It might have been 15 or 20 minutes in.
Right.
And then I recommended it to you, and you didn't think you had watched it, so we both sat down and rewatched it, and I got more out of it that second viewing, which is kind of hard for a movie.
Yeah.
And then as we were watching it, you realized that you had seen it.
Yeah.
And this might have been your third time viewing it, and kind of everything came back and you remembered.
Right. I remembered the characters. I didn't remember the sequence of events, which maybe I'm just I just have a bad memory. Not gonna lend. Not gonna lend to the future of this podcast.
Whatever.
Or what movie did you watch? I've never seen that one before. I've actually done a video on it. I have seen it. My bad.
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it if we do that. But I mean, there's definitely forgettable movies. I wouldn't call this an unforgettable movie. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, I obviously never would call it an unforgettable movie. But it's still good. That's not to take away from the fact that most people, I think, will enjoy it.
Did you...
So go watch it. Bye!
See ya. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about with the movie? Because, I mean, I write bullet points, and there's stuff I want to bounce off of you. Did you have anything?
I didn't have any... Excuse me, I didn't have any major points to point out.
Yeah. Are we boring you?
What?
Are we boring you?
Yeah, you're boring. You're putting me to sleep, dude. These poor viewers. They've already gone. They left when we stopped talking about it. We introduced the movie and we digressed instantly. See ya!
See ya.
Don't worry, we'll have our timestamps so you can come back when it's important.
Someone that clicks on the video, scrolls down, clicks on the timestamp.
We can just have timestamps and it just has relevant, all the other things. Non-relevant to this video. Relevant, just keep clicking around. Nice.
Don't you guys edit? No.
What's edit?
I don't even know how to edit. I don't know what a computer is, so I don't really...
Someone's only to press this red button and talk. That's what I'm doing.
We got our production crew in the back working on all this. All right, well, we'll go through.
Into the mic.
The director was Orin Uziel. Uziel?
Yeah, I saw you write that down as soon as it came out.
I think it's good. It's good to give directors.
Yeah. The credit.
Yeah.
Should name all the actors too, like we did for some of the old movies.
Nope.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Continue talking.
All right. So, start off with confusion as to the family dynamic. there was great use of thirds in the movie.
Yeah.
So
in the
I've been
cinematography.
Yeah, I've been sketching a lot of cinemagraphs or screen caps. I'll just type in one of my favorite movies. Yesterday I was doing The Matrix, and you start to notice good films use the rule of thirds, which in photography, I already know you know this, but
To educate the audience.
yeah, put stuff like split the screen in thirds, horizontally and vertically. Those 4 points of the crossover is really where you want the viewer's eyes, the focal point to be. And if it's not within those, or if it's not centered, so it's kind of 5 central locations, then we don't know what to look at. And a good movie like La La Land is one of the best at doing this. The whole movie just guides you to different spots, and the way they edit scenes together, if you were focusing on the top left, you're going to be still focusing on the top left and transitioned over to the bottom right.
Yeah, during the scene, and then when the
It
transition
feels good.
again, you're looking in the same spot. As soon as the transition kicks in, you're like, oh well, my eyes are already here. It doesn't take someone like, it doesn't take a lot of like processing power in a way for someone to be like, oh, what am I supposed to be looking at? What are the focal points in this movie? It just kind of, it makes it easy for you. Hopefully that doesn't make it lazy though, like a lazy viewer. Like if someone, and you know,
Most
maybe they
viewers are
designed
lazy,
it.
and that's okay.
Right, but
You know?
is it okay?
Yeah. Because, I mean, as you say, like most people just turn on a movie to watch something. They go out to the theater because I don't have anything else going on tonight.
Right, but I don't hope that people are lazy viewers. I hope that anyone watches a movie
It's
and
active.
then they find a good movie, and that kind of turns them on to, I want to find more good movies. Well, what did I like about this? And then they analyze that movie, why they liked it, and they, you know, are able to, you know, with the great resource we have of the internet, which I can't believe you hated on early. We're going to edit that part
No,
out.
I pray to
That'll
the
get
internet
us
every
banned.
morning. I wake up and I do a little to our Ethernet cable.
Namaste,
I bring it
master.
gifts.
What am I doing today?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to work, but...
Are you done?
Yeah, sorry.
I think.
I won't interrupt
No,
you.
no, no. It's good to get that
That was a lie. I'm going to interrupt you a lot.
good. It's. I don't think a good movie needs to utilize the rule of thirds or whatever, but you'll notice that good movies with audiences that don't even know what's going on, that they'll just like, I like that movie, or it was very clear. It's kind of a trick that you should use without even. It's one of the fundamentals of showing something to someone on a screen, is you want to direct their attention there.
Right.
You know about the Fibonacci sequence?
Mhm.
So nature has that, so we like things that fit
Right.
within that.
Right.
This movie did that
Do
great.
they know what the Fibonacci sequence is?
Fibonacci sequence is like 1 to 1, and then double that. It's 1 to 1 to 2, and then double those two numbers is 1 to 1 to 2 to 3. Then add 3 to 2, that's 5. Add 5 to 3, that's 8. Add 8 to 5, that's going through 8 to 5 is 13. But it's the golden ratio. So your face is I'm not getting this exactly right, but maybe you'll take your hand. So your hand to a finger is one length, and this is this is half as much as that, and then a finger is a third of that, or something like that, and then the final end is a ratio that's compared. And you find this with leaves, you find this with seashells, you find this with the way trees grow, you find this with the human body. The closer that someone's face kind of aligns with the golden ratio, with their eyes are a certain proportion from their entire head, and all that kind of stuff. Your ears is golden ratio. That the human eye kind of perceives that as perfect, close to perfect.
Gotcha.
And if it's off from that, we view it as imperfect.
Yeah, pleasing to the eye. Something that you want to keep looking at, or that intrigues you, I guess.
So if you have a painting, you should have, if the whole canvas, the ship or the focal point, let's say you're doing a painting of a sea, should be half of it. But then the detail within that should be a third of that. And then the detail within that is like the little person on there should be a fifth of the entire thing. I'm getting some of these details wrong, but you kind of get the idea. And so,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that concept is really good for visual storytelling.
Right.
And this movie did the simple concept of that, which is
Are we doing the rule of thirds?
Are we? That's a good... Maybe... Kinda.
No.
Look, I'm in the top... Look, right here.
Yeah,
Whoop,
third.
one.
Yeah.
And then you're one. And then both are...
Dead space behind me.
You have the focal points on your beautiful
Yeah.
side of your head. Your beautiful
if
profile.
if I sit right behind the light, it looks like I'm Jesus.
You always look like Jesus anyway.
What does that mean?
You're angelic.
I like that. Thank you.
So, like early on in the movie, if you guys just like click on your computer and just watch the first 5 minutes of this movie, you'll see the basement door is a bottom right focal point of action. So in the house, they had the basement door that was, they zoomed in and Rainn Wilson was there at the very beginning, and then he's hiding in there, and then the cop goes in, and just the way they shot that was intentional for sure.
Yeah, definitely the angle that they took in that basement to be like, all right, when this comes up, this will be the third of that, or this will be the focus point of that. Not the third, the fourth. The third is different from the fourth, right?
Yeah, the rule of thirds makes into 4 locations, and if you're going to focus on one part of the location, you want to keep that. And if you're going to change it for good reason, because there's an action, there's a transition.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right, talk that one to death.
Rule of thirds.
Shot introduction of characters is important. So I noticed this on my second rewatch. Is they introduce a character, and every time that character is doing something interesting that pertains, it's a little shadow to the rest of the movie.
Okay, gotcha. Like, do you have an example? Do you remember anything?
Yeah, the cop when they first show him at the dinner table or breakfast table, at the beginning of the movie, he adjusts his arm like that, and because he's sore because he's been shot. And in reality, he shot himself, or had his girlfriend, his chica.
Wasn't it on this one? Didn't he like go like this? Put the whatever called numbing thing. Anyway, that's
Yeah,
beside the
sure.
point.
All right, it was left side. Yeah, maybe you're right.
So he's adjusting like this at the dinner table, which actually lends to the rule of thirds as well, because he was sitting closer to the edge, and his arm is, in enough that you're looking at it. And then right after that, his sister-in-law comes in with food, and that transitions to the table. Yeah.
And I mean, every character had that.
Except the daughter. She didn't play any big roles.
No. The after action can be exciting, so you don't have to make the most exciting part of the movie, or you don't have to make the goal of the movie the most exciting part. It can be after the heist, and so Pulp Fiction does this, where the movie's told out of order,
right,
and they don't actually show the actual point of action.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's very artistic. It's going around, it's telling the real narrative around whether it be a tragedy or something occurring or the action point. Don't show it.
It's like an alternate way of approaching a movie making. Is we can still tell a great story without putting such gravity on the thing that everyone expects. It's like we're gonna do the unexpected, and that's like an alt way to do it.
Yeah,
that's why he's so good at those type of movies. Shout out to Tarantino. We'll have you guest on our 100th episode.
Yeah, open invite.
Anytime.
We'll get you another. You might have to sit on the desk, but
no, you can have my chair, dude. I'll sit under the desk. I'm just here listening.
God, that would be awesome. I'll quit after.
You'll quit? You're done? That's my
Tarantino's,
career.
Yeah,
that's a highlight. You quit,
that's literally
quit
the
on
point
a
of doing
high
all
point.
this was to
That's
talk
true.
to him. It seemed like good form and structure. So, this was an important point to me because I've been learning drawing, and how you learn drawing is you do form and structure first. So you do broad outlines of, it's almost like sculpting. You want to get a big log in there or piece of wood or ice sculpture, and you do the form first.
Yeah, you shave off the top. If you're making like a statue or something, you're gonna shave off the top, make it kind of cone, and then you kind of, you get the big chunks out of the way until you can get into the shape that you want to do, and then you have, room to work with.
And it's crazy to me because there's a lot of big movies that don't have good form and structure. It seems like they have
Cheap.
It seems like they wanted to do the dialogue or the action shots or the action itself, and they just missed the whole form of the movie, like the good structure as a movie. Like, if you shoot a movie on an iPhone for cheap, if it has solid structure, the details, the acting, all that can be bad. But if people recognize good, it's like fundamentals. If you have good fundamentals in basketball or tennis, you can get pretty good because you're beating all the people without fundamentals.
Right.
You never think about movies with fundamentals. You
No.
just watch them and go, good, bad.
Yeah, good.
You're a fucking caveman compared to me, dude.
I know you didn't mean that. So I'll come back.
You're like normal viewer. Michael, Corey's like one notch above. All our viewers are in between.
You're my friend.
So I really appreciated that the dialogue and the shots are just details that fill in the gaps. Because they had pretty good dialogue, pretty good what they chose to shoot. But the solid portion of the movie was the story and the structure and everyone loves the small town murder mystery. And it was really solid, really well written, well directed screenplay. Like, good vision. They didn't just throw a bunch of stuff let's shoot that.
Hope it works. Right.
And you can definitely tell.
Well, yeah. Well, I think there was a lot in order to tell a movie like that where you have to go backwards. Tell the days in reverse almost. You better have a goddamn structure to do it, because otherwise no one's going to be able to follow what you're doing. And I think it shows that they put so much time in before that now in the fruition of things you can have, like you said, the bad acting or poor lines or whatever.
I'll ignore most of that.
Yeah, all the other stuff that falls to the side because you have that good structure. I mean, this movie is a really good example, obviously, because you can't tell the story that way if you don't have good structure.
Yeah.
To me, what other movies have tried that? And I guess we're not going to remember shitty movies, but I'm sure there are.
Transformers
examples.
is like the number one example of, if you watch Transformers, like nothing fucking matters. Like it's just big blowing up stuff. Like
right.
most
Michael Bay.
Most Michael Bay movies have shit. Form.
That's sad that you share a name with him.
No, it's a good name.
Doesn't do your name any good.
My name needs less PR, not more PR. Michael is.
Well, you need good PR, not bad PR.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. That was unfortunate. People still love him. He's got
it's okay. You got
PR.
Michelangelo. You'll be fine.
Michelangelo. Nobody. I guess.
What do you mean nobody? You bring up Shakespeare and Michael. Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah, nice.
Who's named Corey that's got good PR?
No one, thank Christ.
Dude, I noticed that
we were lived up to any expectations.
You and me were
I set the bar for Corey.
Chipotle, and when I put my name, it's Michael K, because you got to put K, because.
No, there's somebody. Yeah.
I was like Corey. I was like, are you gonna put your last name? Nope, Corey. Like, there's not gonna be another Corey in there.
Not even close. I don't think there's any other Corey in this city.
I think there is.
Okay.
I think there's 150.
150 Corys in this city?
How many Koreas are there?
None.
That's your AKA. That's your alternative identity. That's at night he goes by Korea.
It's nightlife, Korea.
So is this fun? Just me mansplaining all the stuff?
Don't ask me. Ask them. Call in. Let us know if you're fucking bored.
Don't call in.
No, you probably can't call in because you're asleep.
No, I'll see it on the analytics. Oh, they dropped off at 31 minutes in, or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
As soon as Corey started talking, I was like, "Oh, we're out."
Dude, all the viewers left. I don't.
You're off the team. I'm
Um,
down here anyway, so you can just pick up anyone that's a notch above me.
it's not hard to find, is my point. You just gotta find the areas where the knife hurts the most and just keep on, just a little twist, just a little bit.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Don't take a nap.
I can't because my neck hurts so.
All right, this is good content. There's a lot of layered levels of dialogue. You're the biggest inhibition to this project from going forward.
This is a good project. I love it. You're just thinking about it in your head, like, why am I doing this? I love it. That's what I bring to this, dude. I hope that when people listen to our podcast or our videos, that they fucking laugh, dude. That's all I want. You're not learning jack shit. You don't give a fuck about this movie. But if you're laughing just because these two idiots doing, what are they doing? If you just ask that yourself a couple times in a podcast, my job is done.
I appreciate it. That's mostly why you and
That's
me are
what you need,
friends.
because if you listen to fucking your podcast by yourself, mansplaining everything, they check out in 2 minutes.
I'm
30
not
minutes.
mansplaining.
At least I got 30 minutes for me.
It's stuff that I'm excited to see when the
Yeah,
movie
but no
does
one else
it.
is exciting because you're not exciting. I make you exciting.
Does
Oh, the
somebody-
dagger! Does it hurt? Oh, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. The dagger hurt a little bit. Oh.
Ah, it's fun to get an interesting insight into how we're friends and roommates. Like,
I don't know how. I don't know how we survived this long.
we're very different in our approach to just about everything.
Yeah. Very different would be an understatement. I don't know why I put up with you sometimes, but, what are you going to do?
I pay rent.
I pay rent.
That's true. But that's why you put up with me.
Yeah. That's literally what I told someone today. I was like, but, he pays rent on time. So.
We don't really fight, do we?
Physically or emotionally or...
You get your ass
With
kicked from now.
words.
From the...
I've never got my ass kicked in my life!
How many times when we wrestled did you pin me?
Every time.
Is it
100%? 100. Without any decimals, there's no 99.9. A 100.
And we're in the same weight class too.
No, we're not.
Yes,
Well, we are.
I think we are in the same weight
Yeah,
class. That's
But I have what? You're 5'6", 5'11",
yeah.
5'8".
I'm about 5'11". I'm 5'10".
5'10".
No, that's what I tell the girls. I'm really 5'9".
You're not 5'10".
I'm 5'9". I'm telling you.
So
But that's my joke. I tell her it's like 5'10" if you're a girl.
I get it.
I butchered it here.
Yeah,
but
you did. You lost it. You had the audience and then you lost it because your delivery was worse than UPS.
UPS is fine.
No, FedEx is better. 2020 FedEx. I don't know what we're doing. Get back to your fucking notes, dude. Get us back on topic.
If we
This
let you
timestamp
talk,
went for a really long time, dude.
if we let you talk, this becomes a garbled mess, and then I have to find a way to rescue us.
Correct! Dude, we got up on the wrong exit, you stupid
There's just
ass.
no audience for this. There's no way that people are gonna be listening to our dumbasses taught me trying to what am I doing? Who am I talking to? I'm just
one.
writing notes for myself.
Yeah, you are. Those are just for yours. That's for future analytics. Like, you go back and look in 5 years and be like, "Here's my novice idea of what quality in a movie was." Maybe,
But
because you're always going to be growing.
yeah, look, I watch so many movies now that I can now break them down into and I'm still enjoying them. This is not this is just a passive mechanical thing my mind does. Is you watch a movie, do I like it? Do I not like it? If I like it, why do I like it? And kind of breaking down the art and the individual pieces of it and tying that to other things that I like in my life. And all those are cool to see how they connect and what can I bring to this movie, because they didn't make this with me in mind.
I don't think you can bring into the movie. It's already
But
done.
in my mind, I am. In my mind, I'm interacting with the medium. I'm actively watching it, thinking about other things, writing it down, connecting it to things I've learned from work or life or
I
other.
think you could say you're adding to what the movie is bringing to others. I think you can add to that. If it's a package and you put your little bow on it, and that's what you do when the audience, listens to us and then goes and watches the movie, they can take your perspective into account.
Do you think I'm like trying to like force my perspective on others by like like saying this stuff? Because
No. You can't force anything on anyone. They
Yeah.
clicked on the video. Are you walking around with your phone? Hey, watch this video of me talking about bullshit. And like it. And subscribe. And donate to our Patreon.
what Patreon? Are you starting one in the dark?
Yeah. I didn't tell you about it, so I reap all the benefits. I'd never tell Michael about this. Look how much money I've made. All 5 cents of it. I donate to myself.
What if you just took like what you wanted from these clips and made your own channel and it like it blew up?
You just don't know. It's like, dude, what is this channel over here? It looks really familiar. Your face is blurred. And voice has changed. No video, so no one can tell. Sounds really familiar. That's my new plan.
Well, good luck with that. I hope
Thanks.
you succeed.
Thank you.
I talked about layered levels of dialogue. So one of those was, this town needs a bath. And at the time that the cop said it, it was raining. And so there's lots of levels to that line of dialogue that he kind of means that this town needs a bath. That he's talking about the corruption.
How dirty it is.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily that means corruption. You know it's corruption because you know the judge is da-da-da, and you know
The cop
the
knows
lawyer
it too,
was, you know, corrupt as well. But overall, I think the broad term of this town is dirty doesn't necessarily have to mean corruption, because there's so many dirty things about it. They got drugs. They got, you know, well, not prostitution. Yeah, I guess prostitution was what
though. Prostitutes
that was.
need a bath too.
Yeah, that's what I
everyone
mean.
needs a bath.
But yeah, the whole thing was dirty, and corruption is one facet of that dirtiness. So uncleanliness,
Yeah. But the other level to that, the other layer to that point of dialogue is that he is gonna do it. Like he's telling
His niece.
it was his niece, so he's telling his niece what needs to be done. I'm gonna give it a bath. I'm gonna clean this up. And that's very, I mean, we find out later that he's the one who runs off the money.
Yep. He's the one with the faucet.
He's the one giving people baths.
He's got the squeegee in his hands.
Squeegees aren't really used for cleaning people.
What's the little... Oh, a loofah. Sorry. He's got the loofah.
He's got the loofah. Thanks.
Squeegee is what you dry your car with. Sorry. Or if you're a diver. You dry your
Squeegee,
body.
I always think of like a tennis court or something. Or like a window on the side of the building. Isn't that a squeegee?
Yeah, I'm thinking of starts with an S2. It's really close. It's on the tip of my tongue. Shamu? No. I forgot. But I think you might be right. Tennis court. More like in the bath. It's more like in bathrooms where you have like glass. You don't want the water stains on the glass. So you got to use the squeegee. Just like that. Sounds like that too. Anyway. I'm gonna squeegee you. Are you dead inside?
I just that was like a Trumpian level of like what's it called, the stream of thought, stream of consciousness. Squeegee, loofah, tennis.
These are my contributions.
It was a super enjoyable rewatch. I'm halfway through with my
I know.
points. It was a horror-like
We'll get there eventually.
scene. So the horror-like scene was there was a 19-year-old gay prostitute with green hair who was on meth. He smoked meth, and then he screamed. He had to like take a shit, and he was like, he had seen the judge of
Was it
the
meth?
town. I mean, what do you think it was?
Heroin.
You think he was smoking heroin out of a pipe? I think he's smoking meth.
If you're smoking meth, you
You think it was a crack pipe, maybe? Like
Yeah.
it was maybe crack?
yeah. Meth is like really hard. Like you would not be able to do any of your prostitute duties at all.
But
oh, you
if you
think the
smoke
meth is
heroin,
tied.
it doesn't make. I learned this from Train Spotting. It makes you constipated.
That's the best source to get for. Why don't you learn from your girlfriend what heroin does?
Oh, she's a heroin addict, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, she's a nurse. She takes care of heroin addicts.
She's an emergency department nurse, so she sees this all the time.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a rough job. She comes back. She's like, had a 22-year-old overdose today. It's like, and just die. It's like,
Nope. Not me.
yeah, no, I can't do that either.
Nope.
Yeah. And then you go into the next room right after that, and there's someone with a cough who's like really frustrated because you aren't giving me like pain meds or it's something ridiculous. It's like, you need to go home and drink a tea. Like, you don't need to be here. But
You paid for it.
they don't pay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Self-pay means no pay. It's true.
Is that the slogan?
Yeah.
That's the ER slogan.
Yeah. If it's self-pay, it's like, no, who goes to the emergency department and self-pays? It means you don't have insurance. It's like, it's fine. Not everybody can get insurance, but you probably aren't going to pay that bill. So,
Doesn't it just follow them around?
yeah, but most of the time we're not very good at collecting. So we're going to, the hospital's going to sell it to a collections agency.
Right.
Collections agency is going to what? Make sure that your credit is ruined. Probably if you don't have insurance,
Right.
your credit is already shot.
Yeah.
You're going to keep on calling, and maybe when they came into the hospital, they gave a wrong number,
Right.
or even if you gave a right number, what are we going to do? Call you and say you owe this much? And I mean, we just don't really collect it a whole
Gotcha.
lot. So the joke is no pay. Probably there's some percentage that do pay, but it's not the full amount.
Right.
And I'm not sure if it's legal to reduce your credit score if you have medical debt. I don't know the details of that.
Gotcha. That would make sense. That'd be an interesting.
Yeah.
Talk to what is it? Patient services? No.
Yeah. It's like registration.
Yeah, registration.
Yeah, just
There it is.
finance part of it. Healthcare is fucked. Don't go into it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that I'm
Any
in it,
other
but
field.
yeah, there's just I want
to in America.
Yeah, in America. Like, I want to do a job where I'm bringing value to someone, not bringing them a necessity and then charging them for it.
Yeah.
And I've kind of found myself in that situation where I'm doing that right now, where
Yeah.
I'm trying to optimize a service for people that it's not an optimal. It needs to be socialized. We need to have Medicare for all.
Bernie.
That's
Gang. Anyone but
Yang Gang.
this impeached guy.
Anything but our criminal president.
Impeached president.
Impeach the Cheeto.
The Cheeto.
He's already impeached.
Yeah, I
Kick him out.
know. Yeah.
He's on meth too, a form of it.
Yeah.
They think, yeah. The Sudafed. He gets Sudafed from the UK, cracks that thing open, snorts it up, and goes to a rally.
I bet he does.
No, that's the prediction. Like,
That's what I mean. I'm right along there with anyone who's making that prediction. 100%.
yeah. He sniffs.
He's on
He
something.
sniffs a lot.
Yeah.
You think he's like, he's definitely on something.
It has to be.
Has to be.
There's so much shroud over what goes on in that his White House, which is horrible to say because I can't believe.
Big Orange House.
Yeah, the big orange house. Anything's possible. He might be actually on actual meth. Maybe they manufacture meth in the UK, send it over in a Sudafed bottle.
They could, but he probably wouldn't put it in his desk with a bunch of other ones and just leave it open. Or he would.
What's the saying? Hide it in plain sight. Hiding in plain sight. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. So, you think the judge of the town who's got like a wife and kids and lives like this
It's
kind of
supposed to be
straight
a
conservative,
pillar, a pillar of the community. I'm a lawyer. Look, I made it.
and his deep dark secret
Yeah.
is that he hires male prostitutes. That I thought the kid was like underage or something, but turns out like he says he's 19.
Okay.
So I mean I thought because to me it's like this isn't an old movie. It came out. I don't know when this movie came out.
He tries to read the
I'm
fine
trying to read
print of his movie poster.
I don't know when it came out, but I think it was 2018. That's my prediction. Maybe
2018. Summer 2017.
Okay. That's not like a deep dark. I mean, it's I guess if you're a judge of a small town, but I guess you can't call gay prostitutes over, or go to motels and meet them
Nope.
while they're doing drugs. I guess that's a deep, dark secret.
And that kid obviously walked over there because he had to walk away.
And so it was kind of like, I love the way they set it up that, see if you can get the appreciation of, when you were watching that scene, it was like a horror. It was like all these things were going wrong. So the kid smokes like what I thought to be an upper, and he says, I have to shit real quick. Like, and then he goes into the bathroom, and then as soon as he goes in, Rainn Wilson comes in with a gun and like, give me the fucking money and like all this stuff. And the kid's in the bathroom like
Holding his shit in.
Yeah,
He's like, I gotta shit, but I can't let anyone know I'm here.
It was such a good tense scene.
Yeah.
Like they really ramped up like the stakes. Yeah.
That's how I shit though when I shit.
That's just normal. Straining with your neck. Every day.
I'm just kidding.
If that's how you... Dude, if you did that 2 times in a row, I'd move out, dude.
Lock the door. Don't even, you can't go in the bath. This is not just a closed door to give you respectful, smell
Yeah.
blocking.
Yeah.
This is needs repairs.
This is that wing of the house is closed. Like,
Never to be reopened again.
why is Boo so funny, dude?
Oh,
I feel like every episode we just go off the rails.
that's what we can name it. Off the rails.
Off the rails.
2020.
You want to call it that? I'm down.
We're gonna have a running dab counter of how many times I dab on video for the rest of our career.
That fat'll go.
Nope. I'm keeping it alive. One dab at a time.
One dab at a time. I love the setup. I love the fact that he's on meth. I love the fact that he's not supposed to be there. I love the fact that each character doesn't... There's pieces of information that they don't know. So the judge doesn't know why Rainn Wilson's coming in. The kid doesn't know...
Who the hell this guy is. Yeah.
And then Rainn Wilson comes in and doesn't realize there's a kid in the bathroom. So there's kind of like... Your brain is kind of...
Rule of thirds.
Whoa! That's not the correct...
Three people. It's rule of thirds, dude. When I get vanilla chocolate ice cream, I'm gonna say, or vanilla chocolate strawberry, I'm gonna be like, this is the rule of thirds. Sorry.
Buy our t-shirt. Rule of thirds. What am I going to do with you? I appreciate your levity, though. Did you see that in the scene?
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I did. It lent to the tenseness of the situation. You know, someone can come in with a gun. Oh, he just has the power. He's gonna get what he wants.
Seen
anyway.
this before? Yeah, I don't care.
And then you just keep cutting to the kid who's like trying to cut his shit off, and and then it just explodes.
Eventually, you just
like, there's someone in there. Don't go in there, please.
And then he opens the door, and then him and the guy like get into a tussle, and then the gun goes off.
Yeah, you hear the gun go off. You don't see what happens.
And then he's like screaming, and it was just that. It was so weird to watch it. It was almost like a David Lynch film.
Okay.
You know David Lynch? We've talked about this before.
Sure.
Lost Highway. And so just does such weird, awkward, like a naked young guy in a nice bathroom with green hair who's on meth shitting himself, and someone got shot. It's just so like off.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Yeah. It's a unique scene for sure.
Yeah. Memorable. Horrific to me. It was like
that was one of the scenes that I remember. I was like, oh, I know what happens here. When I watched it, the second and third time.
Yeah, and it turns out that Rainn Wilson shoots the judge. Judge Dredd.
Interesting character choices, by the way, casting wise. Because I felt like Rainn Wilson and John Michael Higgins.
Who's John Michael Higgins?
That's the judge.
Okay.
Both of them are kind of known for a little bit more like funny characters.
Yeah.
Even the FBI guys were kind of like,
they were funny.
We're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily like a town mystery murder. It's kind of like, oh, this is a kind of funny movie. Oh, you don't really know what's going on, and then to the end, it's like, oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I was laughing during.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Not a comedy.
It's ridiculous, but still believable. It's ridiculous in the fact that the chances of this, what are the chances of this happening? not in our life, but in the movie, it's like this sequence of events goes kind of like off the deep end, but it still keeps it like just enough that it's like it's plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the movie's themes were kind of consequences of incompetent, flawed characters. It's a tragedy. It's all bad. There's no good ending, but there is an ending.
There is a good ending. They got revenge for their kid.
But I would submit that he didn't do it the right way, and he doesn't have a good value system.
But the ends justify the means doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad ending.
By bad ending, I don't mean like it wrapped everything up and it was a great ending, but it was morally, it makes you feel uncomfortable. Like you weren't like he wasn't some Captain America who at the end of the day saved everyone and everyone's happy.
That's fair.
Movies are like theater. It's not supposed to be realistic if we have a good cast. So you don't have to have realistic characters. If you have a memorable character, that sometimes that's people will buy it and go, I'm still invested in this movie. And the climax reminded me of Saw.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah. And so they have high music that just comes to a climactic point, and our main character, the mastermind throughout this entire movie, who we haven't known that he's the mastermind until the final act.
You don't even have an inkling of it.
No.
It's like, oh, we think this guy's the victim because he got shot and it keeps bothering his shoulder, and oh yeah, I got shot, or oh, I'm doing slow motions here, oh, it's sore, oh, I popped this pill for this and that. And then it's very sudden. It's like, oh, kind of flips the movie on its head, like, oh, it's actually this guy the whole time.
Yeah. And he lays down in the pool of blood to be discovered by the cops coming in. And that's very Saw-esque. I mean, that's exactly what happened in the end of the first, which I like that series, but
I did too.
yeah.
I need to watch 4 and 5. And need is a very loosely used there.
They kind of did like a soft reboot of the series. That
Really?
movie wasn't that good. It was called Jigsaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was not 6 then.
Dude, I don't know what number we're on.
Well, there's definitely 5. So I thought
Yeah,
Jigsaw.
there's 5
I thought Jigsaw was 6.
I don't know. That's the soft. They were getting up in the numbers too much. They just decided to reboot it.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed our roller coaster. We'll call it a roller coaster. I almost used train wreck, but we didn't wreck. We're still going, dude. We're still gonna get to California.
Wouldn't you say we're off the rails though?
Yeah. We'll pretend we're a roller coaster without rails. Brain play there, dude. Off the rails. It was like a roller coaster. There was some good moments where we're chugging along.
Isn't the good part of the roller coaster on the way down?
Gotta get through this. No, my favorite part is the anticipation. As soon as you start and you're
Yeah.
ding, 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 you're like, oh shit, here we go. Yeah. No spoilers. Close my eyes, and then you get that free fall moment. Especially if you're sitting in front and you're just sitting there, and you go over, and the rest of the train behind you has to catch up. Love it.
I like that part too. I like as you're in it, like that moment.
Well, that's why I like the beginning of that moment. The rest of the moment is fun. It's like, oh, this is, For me, I guess, on a roller coaster, it's like a little bit of I built up expectation to what this, this downhill is going to be like. But holding on right before it happens is almost more enjoyable. Because sometimes you'll like, all right, the whole thing goes, oh, this is not as fast as I wanted. Or this is not as steep as I wanted. Or...
You like the build up.
Yeah.
Just like the build up.
Yeah.
No, I like that part's good too, but I think I like the crescendo itself.
That's fair. You're a normie.
Take it as a compliment.
Yeah. The best part about last episode was how much you knew about the video games. Like, I'm not familiar with that. Oh, I'm not familiar with that one either. I don't recognize that one. Like you said it like 5 times. Like, yikes. We'll teach you.
Oh, with video games? I feel like I play like a fair amount of video games. Like I play whatever I want.
Yeah, but you're replaying the same video games. You don't try too many new things.
Yeah, I love video games.
Besides that Elysium game, right?
Disco Elysium?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool game. But like, yeah, like GTA 5 is fun.
Old game.
Red Dead Redemption was a new game.
You haven't played
fun.
that
These aren't even my favorites. Like
a year.
Yeah, I plan to. It's all on the list. I've been liking game engines recently. Like I just appreciate engines. It's fun to navigate throughout the world.
Any closing thoughts?
Nope. Kind of said everything I want to say about the movie. I'm glad we watched it. I'm glad we talked about it.
It was definitely fun. I definitely recommend it. Even if it only got 6 or 7 points from me, still a good quality watch.
What would be your dream comment for someone to leave and like genuinely mean it? Like a comment along the lines of, I clicked on your video, then I paused it, then I went to go watch the movie, I came back, you guys got it right, or I disagree with this part, but thanks for telling me about it. That would be, I would love if anyone out there did that.
Okay.
And like commented on it.
I'll
or
do that.
Interacted with us.
I don't necessarily have a dream like interaction, I guess. I feel like any interaction is going to be better than none, so I'll take what I can get, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't have any expectations of like, oh, how deep is this person getting into analyzing what we said? Go and view whatever movie, not even this one, the other movies that we've done. You go and you look at it and you have your own thoughts on it and you throw that on the comments, or you email us or tweet at us or whatever.
You think that's a good method for us to interact about the movies that we watch?
Yeah, should we do
Should
a
we make it
live
shorter?
Q&A?
Should we make it shorter?
What? Our videos?
Yeah. Was
No.
were those quality bullet points? You think that was kind of too much quantity?
There's quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I took that feedback into account.
Right,
You said.
I told you that you were long-winded last time.
Yeah, I just would write about everything.
Yeah.
And
Well, you saw my first notes for Constantine. It was like, he went into the building, he smokes a lot of cigarettes, and this chick is hot, and it's like, that's
Yeah,
not
but-
adding anything. But we're learning, we're growing.
But
so.
there's something about the way you view movies that you just see. You've got the eye for it. Explain that. What is it that you're seeing? And how can you name, if we threw 5 movies at you, you could go, this one's really good, this one sucks, and this one's okay, but then these 2 are really good.
I didn't hear a question, sorry.
What is the eye, like, can you explain the eye?
The appreciation for a good movie, I think, is taking into account all the different aspects of acting, cinematography, direction, and acting even has its own, acting is a big part of it, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
everything you see on screen is like, how deep are you in character? How is your line delivery? What are your lines anyway? Are they any good? Do you have to ad-lib in order to make them to bring life to them? Some people just read off the lines and they just do exactly what the script says, and you can see that the poor quality shows through, whereas someone who's gone deep into their character,
Like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right. Well, I mean, there's plenty of good examples who, people have, like, the Joker and stuff like that. Both of them, they dive right in, they become the character, and that shines through a lot more. So I think you take all of those things combined, and I'm able to recognize that as a general whole. But hyper-analyzing each of those things is something that I don't necessarily do while I'm watching the movie. It's something I have to post. So
All right.
I'll work on it.
No.
I'll bring some bullet points next time. Pill.
I mean, do you think maybe I just don't need bullet points at all? The thing is, I'll forget. In the moment, I liked.
You like structure, so you need the notes.
Yeah, and it reminded me of, like, I've already forgotten the details of the movie, but I know that these were part of it, and if I can speak to the concept, someone who had just watched it, or hopefully is reminded of this, would go, oh yeah, I didn't even see it. And I want to encourage people to go rewatch movies, like.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm one of the few people that likes to rewatch movies. Most people will not. They'll watch it one time and.
Ever? No, I think most people will rewatch a movie if they
Very
enjoyed it.
select few, not 4 out of 5s on Netflix.
You got to give it enough time to be like, I either forgot what happened or the setting is right. Like maybe my friends want to watch it, but I've seen it recently. But it's still a fun movie to watch with my friends because we'll be laughing and carrying on, or we're gonna be, see how people react to something scary, or the twist at the end. But some movies don't have that. Some movies it's just worth watching one time and it was okay, but it's not something worth rewatching, because most of the time you go into watching a movie, you don't know what's going to happen. And once you know what's happening, you're just waiting for things to go through their cycle, and there's nothing else that you're picking up on.
But like in this movie, like I already knew what was going to happen, but I noticed the setup, and so they give you and that's another layer to the movie, and so the director's playing with you a little bit. Like Quentin Tarantino does this with all his movies. Every single thing he's ever done is rewatchable 3, 4, 5 times.
Right. It's layers on layers.
La La
Like
Land,
an onion.
like an onion, like an ogre. La La Land, Whiplash. A movie like this is maybe not in that caliber, but I mean, Fight Club's a rewatchable movie.
What can we tell people to look forward to for our next episode? Anything? Do we have anything in mind?
No, you want to hash
Inception?
it out? Like what? Inception's coming. That's in the pipeline because that's on Netflix. Would you want to recommend Netflix stuff just because it's easily accessible? Or no, we don't care, right? Just everyone has access to movies.
Yeah.
We're open and broad. Okay. I want to do Whiplash again.
I think we should do Whiplash. We should do again. What do you mean?
Like I've seen it twice.
Oh,
Probably watch it. Mad Max,
okay.
Fury Road.
Yep, Mad Max, La La Land, Whiplash, Inception.
I'm
The
watching
Dark
Matrix.
Knight.
Matrix Reloaded right now. Would you watch that or no?
What do you mean? You're watching it?
Would you want to talk about it? I've watched the first 20 minutes and then
Oh, I see.
I'll rewatch it though. I remember it.
Should we do a trilogy chat about it, or each individual movie?
That list of bullet points I just did, I could do that for each movie of The Matrix.
Gotcha. Look forward to a 3-hour podcast coming up on The Matrix.
I mean, I can do this shit on my own. Like, it doesn't have to be. Only if you want to. This is opt-in.
Yeah, apparently I'm so far below you that why am I even here, bro?
I'm just kidding, dude. You're here to level out my craziness.
Bring it back down.
You know I love you.
You drop the average. I dropped the average IQ in the room.
Well, you do that, but that's... Dude, I love you. I'm just kidding. Like,
Doesn't fucking sound like it, and they can chime in and tell us. Michael, stop abusing
yeah, but they don't know what our dynamic is like. They have no idea.
They do now.
You get so many wins on me
Big
outside of this
fucking
arena.
bully.
I'm not a bully. I refuse that. I refuse that label. I reject it.
It rejects you.
It embraces me. Any other movies? Like, what's something that you want to watch?
The Dark Knight.
Okay. Want to talk about it?
No, I just want to watch it. Sometimes I wonder, buddy. You ask a question and you follow up with opposite direction. Who are you confusing, me or yourself? Yourself. That's a rhetorical question. All right, I'm just talking to talk. So
all right.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.